Okay. I don't know what's going on with my phone, but anyhow, I want to comment on Kamala's debate performance. Yeah, I'm a few days late, but uh, I think she did okay. As far as her base goes, they think that she was excellent. Uh, but the thing is, I don't care about her performance. What I care about is what she was actually talking about. She basically used 99.9% of her rhetoric actually came from debates that she's already had. That that interview that she did with Tim Waltz, same talking points to the word, memorized script, and she used that. But she never actually answered if you were better off today than you were 4 years ago. She started talking about is her upbringing in Vancouver in a rich neighborhood with a whole bunch of white kids around her. That's how she grew up. A lot better than I did, man. I grew up on welfare, food stamps, lower income community. The people that were raising me never graduated high school. And basically their life was hard. I gotta say, oh my God, I got a knot in my head. I hit myself on the bar walking out. But coming down to it, man, a lot of people don't realize that they're actually their own worst enemy when it comes to things. And I grew up as a product of that. Now I gotta say, me actually getting in the military, I was actually raised right in the military. I wasn't raised right out, by people that loved me. I wasn't raised right. I was taught everything that you had to do to get by in the inner city, which was stealing, lying constantly. But they topped it off with selling drugs out of my house. And that's a whole other story. But the thing is, I know what our voter base is. It's people that were disenfranchised just like me as a kid. But the thing is, she didn't answer how. If any of you actually, paid attention to school and you were telling a story, right? You go, when, why, how. When, why, how, and who. But you always ended with how. How things happen, or what you're going to do to put actually new policies forth that would actually help people. She didn't say that. She said, I grew up in middle income community, so I know all the heart and the strife. I was like, lady, all you learned is how to smooth talk men in power to actually get where you're at. You're Willie Brown's arm candy. He was your senior by about 20 to 30 years. I mean, this guy was old. Farting dust old. Yet you slept with him. Then I see, excerpts of you being arm candy for, what's his name? Montel Williams? Now you got to actually look at the substance before we even get into the debate performance. The substance of this that's really, really frustrating for people that actually think, I'm not talking about you supporters of Kamala because you don't, is the fact that ABC is run by her best friend who introduced her to her now husband. You also got to put in the effect that the moderator The female was actually her sorority sister. Then you got to take the fact that they fact-checked Trump and lied about it, because their fact checks were actually just disinformation. It wasn't the actual truth, but they used that to frustrate him and get him angry. So the Kamala people are actually saying, "Oh, she mopped the floor with him. He got upset. He got under her skin." Well, I don't blame him. I mean, she is shit. I mean, she's just shit. So I asked her, are you better off 4 years ago? Or are you better off now? And she wouldn't answer. She just went to her childhood. She didn't actually give anything of substance. And the thing is, everything that she was talking about, if you actually go step by step from fracking all the way down the line, you will see that she lied. Oh, I'm not going to take your guns, when there's thousands of reports that are actually going for guns, doing buybacks, doing legislation, harder anti-gun legislation, and all this other slew of bullshit. And then she was also talking about, how she wouldn't do fracking or drilling or anything of the sort. But now she switched up. The thing is, I'm going to tell you right now, what she does, right? She knows that her base do not research. The people that have done research are not necessarily their base. They may have been wanting to vote for her, but they figured out that she's lying. Because if you actually pay attention to what she was actually saying. So the only thing that actually had substance, I would say, is when she was talking about how she prosecuted illegals, sex traffickers, drug traffickers. But she did that in San Francisco. She didn't do it as vice president. She claims not to be the border czar, but we all know through all the interviews that she has that she was actually appointed, went to South America to the root of the problem, supposedly, and didn't go anywhere because they don't take her seriously. Now, she didn't cackle, but the thing is, she did it right after. So everybody's giving her, props for her performance. I want to ask you, what is her plan then? She said that she's going to bring up the middle class economy. She's going to do all these tax cuts. She's also talking about reparations. She doesn't understand economics. This woman also talked about, and this wasn't in the debate, I wish they brought it up, but she was talking about taxing future gains. So let's say you have a business and you make more than $400,000 a year, and you got employees you got to pay, so your take-home pay probably around $50,000 to $100,000. That's your take-home, because you got overhead and all this other stuff you got to pay, taxes. But she's talking about taxing future gains. So how many startups do you think are going to crumble because of that? How many companies that have establishment, small companies, which basically make up the crux of all the money that this company, this country has? There's more small companies out there than there is big corporations and stuff. Those corporations are monopolies. But let's say you got tired of being in the workforce. You don't get to say what you want to do. You don't get to say what you want to produce or anything like that. So a lot of people are like, you know what? I'm just going to start my own company. Actual people, entrepreneurs. But I guess they're solving the pain that we're feeling in our economy right now is to tax the shit out of people. Yeah, she's talking about Trump taxing his people. And that's going to be 20% higher. Well, excuse me. The thing is our economy is still shit. So you think by taxing gains from these companies, right, including monopolies, that they're not going to increase their price? Of course they are, because they're going to want to make the same amount of money that they made last year and possibly, looking to actually make more. It's a fluid system. The economy is fluid. So she's going to be taxing her own donors. Now I want to ask you, these people actually flooded money into her campaign, these donors, right? And she's talking about taxing them. Do you believe that she's not beholden to these companies versus the American people? She's not beholden to the people. She disdains the people. She hates you. You step out of line, she friggin' hates you. I mean, this woman even had to bus in her own supporters into her campaigns, her rallies. Then you see her on social media trying to, turn kids into political analysts for her, basically selling out what they want to do to support her, just like Taylor Swift did. And you know what, Taylor Swift, your life expectancy as a star, yeah, you're way up there, but there's a possibility that you're going to make a big fall as well. All you need is one good scandal for you to go downhill. And what you're doing is you're laying in bed with the damn Democrats. You're laying in bed with Kamala and her communist policies while you're out there saying, hey, vote for this woman when you're making millions of dollars. I don't care how long you were poor before you made it. The thing is that you made it instead of actually telling people this is how you can make it. No. Go ahead and bend over and kneel to the queen of lies, who is Kamala Harris. That's what you're doing. Nobody trusts you, and the thing is, I wouldn't trust you anyway. Because most of your songs are about breakups of men that figured out who you are and they took off. That's the majority of your songs. It's how you got fucked over by guys that you gave it up to once they figured out that you're a piece of shit. I don't care the backlash I'm getting from Twitter fans or Swifties or whatever the fuck you call yourself. You guys suck. So somebody come out here and tell me what her policies are and how she's going to do it and when she's going to do it. When she had 4 friggin' years to actually get off her ass and actually, tell Joe, hey, we'd be better off if you actually help the economy, because we all know that you're corrupt and the right is going after you for all those corruptions. The only way that you can actually hide is actually appease the people. He didn't appease anybody. All he did was fucking piss people off daily. And the thing is that what they don't understand is every time we go to a gas station or we pay groceries, our insurance rates go up the roof, our housing expenses go up, our escrow gets increased. Even HOA is actually asking for more money now. If she was against fracking, I'm going to say it like this. This woman, whoever was actually sitting across from her when she was talking, she was giving lip service to, saying, hey, I'm going to cancel fracking. I'm going to cancel drilling. She goes to Pennsylvania, which is known for fracking, for natural gas, the reserves that they have underneath their soil over there. She said, I'm not going to frack. I'm not going to go against fracking. And I've been like that since 2020. When I got a video of 2021 where she's talking to a girl saying, I'm absolutely for fracking. She says she's for gun rights because she's a gun owner. When there's videos just recently of her going after gun control, gun rights, banning weapons, and actually doing buybacks, mandatory buybacks. Mandatory. That means if you don't turn in your gun, you don't sell it to them, they can actually get you with a felony. Leaving us defenseless while we got Haitians, people from all around this world that don't adhere to the customs here. They bring their customs over. And we're unsafe. There is such a thing as PTSD. And I'm not talking about the military. I'm talking about living in these neighborhoods where they come from, especially Haiti. You know, the damn liberal media is trying, even, you know, conservative media is trying to say that there weren't any ducks or dogs or cats being eaten when they got a video of a woman that just got done chewing on a raw cat who was skinned. Then you got pictures of Haitians walking around with geese, cutting the heads off of these fowl at recreational parks where you take your kid to feed the ducks and the geese, or, you know, maybe you have like pond fishing in there where you can fish, catch, and release and throw it back in the water. It's very easy to catch geese. It's a lot easier to catch geese than the cats, because the ducks and the geese are actually acclimated to having people there and getting fed. So they're not threatened by the normal community. So you get this Haitian walking up there wanting to eat, and the duck goes, hey, I'm going to get fed. No, you're about to be a meal for a Haitian family. That's what you're about to do. You're going to die, duck. And people are jumping on Trump, you know, people making memes of him hugging ducks, geese, and cats. So, he's absolutely right. The guy's been talking about this since he actually started running in 2016. How our country is getting fucking taken over by foreigners, our adversaries. The same people that bought out Joe Biden. They talk about, oh, China's, you know, fucking after us. He got paid by China. He's talking about how Russia is the crux of all our problems here in the United States and getting involved in elections. Yet his son got somewhere around $1 million ring from one of these oligarchs in Russia. Not to mention all the money that he got out of Burisma. Not to mention how Joe Biden actually went up there and did the pay for play, quid pro quo, with the prosecutor so his son wouldn't get busted. I hate to tell you this, man. Democrats, you know, if you have any kind of common sense, you're God-fearing, you know, you don't like lying and all this other stuff, dude, you're in the wrong fucking party. Because the moment that you speak on it, they're going to kick you out just like they did Tulsi Gabbard and Robert Kennedy Jr. Now, I got to say one thing. The conservatives need to get this right. We're not necessarily voting for the Republican Party right now on the right. What we're voting for is a uniparty of people that are tired of how the government takes from us but never delivers what we actually need. You got a Democrat up there, you got an independent with Elon Musk, and you got Trump. Tulsi Gabbard, Robert Kennedy Jr., Donald Trump, and Elon Musk. And the thing is that I also noticed that there are actual senators and representatives right now leaving the left because they want to retain their damn power. Go ahead. Vote for them again and see what happens. They're taking the same playbook that Kamalas doing, saying, hey, I'm going to do all these policies that were actually Trump's. They're the same type of people. I don't care if they come over and we accept them. I don't see them talking every day, oh, the party left me this and that. Bullshit. You want your fucking paycheck to be guaranteed for the next fucking 4 years. You guys are fucking turncoats. I don't trust you. I hardly trust the establishment Republicans like Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham. People like that need to get gone. The only one that I know from the old guard that was actually anybody was that Kennedy dude that comes up with all the jokes, just like, and Alan Dershowitz. I trust them. Alan Dershowitz was a Democrat, but I trusted him. Tulsi Gabbard was a Democrat, but she has very good common sense, so I trusted her. Robert Kennedy, I don't know much about, but it looks like, they fucked him. And he's fucking out to, make bones with these people. Talking about payback. She repeated the same lies that Joe Biden used that have already been debunked. She didn't tell one truth about anything. Everything that she said, every talking point that she had was a friggin' lie. And then you had the moderators lying for her as well. Debunked by liberal media networks. Yeah, ABC. Pals with Kamala Harris. Go ahead and have the debate over there. Yeah, Trump was irritated. Yeah, she gets under her skin, but you know what? She gets under mine as well. I'm not even fucking running for office. I'm just a nobody out here, a peasant just like you. And the thing is that a lot of you people are not adapted. When it comes to politics, you're basically inept. You don't know anything about politics, how it works. All these things that Joe Biden's promising, like free colleges and all this other shit, right? People waiting for that fucking payment to go through. Knowing damn well that the Supreme Court was going to shoot it down. Knowing damn well there's too many people here in the United States that you would fuck over and basically make it worse for colleges nationwide. People are getting to the point where they're just going to trade schools instead of going to fucking liberal campuses to get indoctrinated, get a fucking liberal arts degree that you can't fucking make money off of, and then you end up waiting fucking tables. So they're not going to tax you on tips so you can pay your own fucking fair share, which is what you did to yourself. So what, when, why, how, and who? I didn't see any of that in the debate. What I saw is a whole bunch of grandstanding and talking nonsense, pointing finger at Trump for being the problem of everything, lying about the economy, fucking that newscaster saying, oh, they're not killing babies, when you got an actual senator or actual governor. It's making rounds right now, that governor that said, hey, we're going to put the baby aside and you make it comfortable and the doctor and the mother can decide either to murder the baby or not. When you got Tim Walz, right, was responsible for these children, a botched abortion, the kid came out aside and he put it aside. Let it die. 2 of them. That's Tim Walz. You didn't look at him. You didn't fucking research this guy. This guy is one stupid motherfucker. I mean, he's just a pudgy fat dude. Reminds me of that dude on Family Guy. Or better yet, Homer Simpson. That's who he is. Homer Simpson. Duh. Duh. Let me go ahead and lie about fucking being in war when I had a cush fucking position in Italy. Yeah, you might carry weapons of war when there isn't a war, or you got trained on them, but you didn't shoot anybody and you didn't get shot at. That's war. That's carrying fucking weapons of war when you go into a fucking place where you lose your life. See, most of the fucking tragedies that we have in this company are actually coming to light, and they're looking like inside jobs. From 9/11 to the Trump attempted assassination, from the unscrupulous nature of politics and how it plays into people who are actually supposed to be telling your votes. I think the most blatant one that we had during the election was with Katie Hobbs. Katie Hobbs. The Carrie Lake. Carrie Lake was running. She's very well known in Arizona, very respected. Katie Hobbs, another fucking liberal, who was actually in charge of election integrity while she was running for governor. So she had her hands on the ballots, the counting, and everything like that. Basically a shoo-in to actually get her in office, no matter what Carrie Lake said. Or Blake Masters, Blake Masters, I don't know. If I'm voting down ticket, they better have another Republican besides that guy, because he's too young and he's too close to, the way that he was actually acting in his youth. He needs some time to pass. Some of the fucking brains to actually solidify in his head so he can think intelligently about his actions. But I want you guys to fucking note one thing. I'm going to do what these reporters are doing out in the street. I'm going to ask you Kamalas supporters, you dimwits, what policies has she fucking succeeded in under the Biden-Harris presidency? I'm waiting. There isn't one that she did. Not one. She was basically Biden's hype man. Oh, he's not sick. He's got cognitive. He's sharp as a fucking tack. Dude's smarter than everybody else I know. The same guy that said, hey, I trust Hunter Biden is the smartest guy I know, who was on crack. How smart is that, to put a fucking glass pipe to your mouth and fucking get fucking high on crack, which is highly addictive? When people were fucking living through it in the inner city for fucking years, knowing that, hey, that shit is dangerous, but he was like, I want a taste. Let me get acclimated with the fucking hood and become a fucking hype. A junkie. Get all twisted up in the mind and fucking heart and your soul. That it's gone. I don't see him doing time. Yeah, you people are locking up people for low level offenses. Giving them fucking 20 fucking years. And that came from fucking Biden himself, 1994 crime bill that he dubbed the Biden bill. I haven't forgotten that. That's who you champion, Kamala. You go out there saying that you're for the brothers and the sisters of color, yet you fucking go on Charlemagne, you fucking lie your ass off, say, oh, I was listening to Tupac. Well, you're a little bit too late now to actually say, hey, fucking A, I made a mistake. Maybe it was somebody else, because we all know that Tupac Shakur was not a famous artist. Didn't have his own album out when you were actually in college. Come on. You're an old hag. You're a hag. You're loose with your panties. You drop your drawers for fucking power, and now you're fucking basically snowing America. I'm going to tell you right now, just because a piece of shit has some sugar on it doesn't make it edible. So I can't consume any of the fucking lies that you're fucking telling. You're a bullshit artist. The party of the bullshit artist, Democrat Party. And even Democrats don't like her. They're like, this fucking bitch is fucking nuts. She's talking about how she has a better temperament than Trump. Okay, let's go ahead and go over a few things about the Democrat Party. Dianne Feinstein had a spy. Swalwell had a spy spying on him. Now we find out that Hutchin, Hochul, whatever her fucking name is, had a spy in her campaign, turning away Taiwanese delegates that wanted to say, hey, you know, we're getting fucking ransacked by fucking China, threatening us every fucking day. Had a spy there too, right? Now Trump, on the other hand, you guys are talking about these people that are distinguished that are actually voting against him on the right? Like the McCains. Like certain people that he fired out of his fucking cabinet because they're ineffective. You damn Democrats, you're fucking so snowed that you didn't fire Dianne Feinstein. You didn't get rid of her for that, for having a spy for 20 fucking years. Then we find out that Swalwell was having a fucking sexual relations. Another fucking Clinton fucking thing right there, you know. Having sexual relations with a fucking Chinese spy, bang bang. Then you got Hochul having a spy in her fucking position. Head of her fucking cabinet. Head of the people that she fucking runs that actually work for her. Spy for fucking China. Who turned away delegates from Taiwan. You didn't fire them. You got a whole bunch of people, including Joe Biden, who's still fucking there, supposedly, even when his marbles left before he did, with his criminal activity. And you want us to trust you, Kamala? After you shit on him for being a damn racist, next thing you know, you're running for him. He's the best thing that ever happened to you because you saw an end. You saw an end because you knew that he was weak from fucking day one. He was getting lost on the debate with all these other fucking politicians, and you were the first one to get voted out. But you saw an end. Let me go ahead and soften the blow of this fucking racist right here. Let me come on in and fucking snow the American public saying, hey, he's a changed dude. No, he's not. He's the same fucking lying piece of shit that he was back in the fucking 70s. You guys aren't changing shit. You're talking about change. No, what you're doing is you're snowing people, giving them lip service so they vote for you. So you do whatever the fuck you want from that point forward. Because the only thing that you wanted was the title. You don't want to be POTUS. You don't want to be vice president. You used to get pissed off when fucking Biden was sending you places. Oh, you're going to be the czar for fucking AI too. You fucked that up. Fucking giving speeches about little yellow buses. Oh, I love fucking buses. Bitch, get on the bus and get out. And bus your fucking supporters back to their homes and tell them, hey, I ain't running. That's the only save that you got right now, Kamala. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you get into office, man, you think that fucking January 6th is fucking gone? And the thing is, it's not just going to be MAGA Republicans out in the street pissed off. It's going to be the people that voted for you, that you fucked over for these past fucking 4 years. People that lost their fucking livelihoods lost family over fucking politics, that are broke, that don't have the means to actually medicate their kids and buy groceries for them at the same time. That's your accomplishment, Kamala. That's what you accomplished. Snowing the American public to actually become vice president. That's the only accomplishment that you had under the Biden administration. Everything else just turned to shit or you fucking forgot about. You towed the party line because they're the ones that fucking gave you a chance. When they shouldn't have done it in the first place. The funny thing is, man, no matter what you say, there's somebody out there that's going to debunk everything that you fucking say, Kamala. You damn fucking people. When you get fucking asked a simple question, were you better off 4 years ago than today? Don't fucking lie. When they ask you, what accomplishment did she do that made you so proud? If you don't have any answers, maybe you shouldn't have actually taken the mic and tried to answer that question. Because we know exactly why you're voting. Because you got a bone to pick with America. You got a bone to pick with white people. Either that or you have a, what is that? White sympathy? Guilt? White guilt? White liberal guilt? Same thing that Malcolm X was talking to your party about back in the day. Saying never trust a white liberal. Those are the people that vote for you, Kamala. Because they don't want to be out as a racist. They all think that you're black. Well, you don't have American black in your bloodline. What you got is a Jamaican father who is a Marxist. You got a mom who is an Indian from India. And you grew up around a whole bunch of white kids that influenced you to be a shitbag that you are today. Black folk, don't let her snow you. Because it still smells like shit.